Welcome to day one of a 2-day strength training program. So today we're going to be working on upper body. Obviously you need to have some dumbbells. Having a variety is best. And we will be using a stability ball, but if you don't have one, that's okay. You can do the exercises off the floor and use the floor as your bench. That'll work just fine. That's about it. We are going to do 3 sets today. So if you are just starting out, my recommendation is just to do 1 set, just so your muscles get used to the exercises, and over the weeks you can build up to 2 sets and then move on to 3. You just don't want to be really sore in the beginning, so take your time working into the program. But if you've been doing strength training for a while, you can likely already do 3 sets along with me. Let's get started.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself. I feel so alive. As I reach out to the sky. I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way. My way. My way. My way. My way. Cause I found my way. My way, my way, my way, my way. I found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. Cause I found my way.
So let's get started with just bringing the arms back and forth to stretch out the upper body for our first exercise, which is the back row. So for our first one, we are going to use a slightly lighter weight than we would normally use just to get warmed up. So for back row, we're having the knees slightly bent, our back is flat, and we're pressing our bum or our glutes to the back wall, just to make sure that we have the right form. So when you lift the elbows up, you're squeezing your upper back as that weight is up. So let's move into chest press. You can either use a stability ball or you can lie on the floor and do the exercise from that position, from off the floor. So using the same weight or finding a weight that works for you, we're just lifting the weight up and back down. So breathing out as you lift. Now at any time if your neck gets sore, you can roll down a little bit more on the ball just to support your neck and then sit up again. You'll notice me doing it during the exercises as well. And then sitting back up, pressing your bum into the ball as you sit up. Take a little bit of a break, and then we're going to go into the chest fly. So you might need a lighter weight for the next exercise. A lot of people do. And let's go back down, bringing the weight up, keeping the elbows slightly bent, and bringing the weight out. Breathing out as you lift up. So you'll hear the bell at the beginning and end of each exercise. So finishing up with our chest flies here, you're going to press your bum back into the ball or coming up off the floor, putting the weights down. So this is the end of set 1 for back and chest. So if you haven't done strength training in a while, then just do 1 set, and then you're just gonna skip part of the video and go to the next set of exercises. But if you are wanting to do 3 sets, then stay with me and we're gonna go into set 2. Now, if you're trying to put a ball onto 2 dumbbells, make sure the dumbbells are far enough apart so the ball actually stays there. So let's go into set 2. So now you are going to find the right weight. You're gonna pick a heavy weight that is challenging by the time you get to 10 repetitions. So let's go. So that should have been challenging. You want it to be hard because that means your muscles are getting the work that they need to get. So going into chest press again, choosing a heavy weight, same rule. It always should be getting hard by the time you get to the end of the exercise, by the time you get to the end of whatever number you're going for, which is 12 today. So finishing with the chest press and moving on to flies. So often you need a lighter weight for flies compared to the chest press. It is a harder exercise. Your arms are going out to the side. So let's just stretch out the arms and the chest here a little bit, taking a bit of a breather. And then we're going to pick up a bit of a lighter dumbbell. Just for reference, I use 15s for flies, but it's totally up to what works best for you. You really have to find the weight that is right for you. So getting back into position, whether you're on the ball or on the floor, bringing the arms up, elbows are bent, and breathing out as you bring the dumbbells back together. That's the end of set 2. So taking a bit of a break again, and then we'll move on to our third set. We're on to our third set. So pick up that heavy weight for back row. Making sure that your form is correct and that you're not swinging the weight, but you are always in control.
Baby, I know this might sound insane, but baby, you're gonna love me again.
finishing there and moving on to chest press. Put that weight down, grab your lighter weight or whatever you need for the flies. Stretching out the arms again, taking a bit of a break. So at any point if you feel you need a break during the workout, and just pause the video, take that extra break that you need, and then come back into it. Everyone's different, so you really have to find what works best for you.
Despite the loss, I'm over here, gotta get across. Whether you like it or not, there is a moment meant for us. And now you made it, but I already played this. Not interested.
That's the end of our third set. So we'll put those heavy weights down. We are going to move on, putting the ball away. So we're moving on to reverse flies. So this is working the back of our shoulders and our upper back. Usually people need a fairly light weight. The main thing is keeping your knees bent, your back is flat, feet are shoulder width apart. You can use anything from a 3, a 5, an 8, a 10 pound. It really depends on what works best for you. Find the weight that you can do about 12 repetitions. So don't allow the arms to fall down. You control those arms as they come back down. And finishing there. So let's just put the dumbbells down and we're going to do a few crunches just to give the core a workout as well. Grab onto your stability ball or lie on the floor and we're just going to do some crunches. So we're not going all the way up, we're just going up enough that you're feeling that in your abs. So really flex the abs as you bring your body up. Breathe out as you come up as well. So coming off the ball, putting the ball back in place, and we're going to grab onto a light set of weights and we're going to do lateral raises to work our shoulders. So finding the right weight for you, knees are slightly bent, feet are shoulder width apart. Bringing the weight out to the side and back down. So breathe out as you lift up. You're trying to go to about the height of your shoulders as you bring those dumbbells up. Should be getting hard on your last 10 to 12 set repetitions, and then we're bringing the arms forward, so just one at a time here. If your weight is really light, you can bring both arms up at the same time. Again, breathing out as the weight comes up. stopping there, putting the weight back down. And then lifting a heavier weight for biceps. So same position, knees are soft, feet are shoulder width apart, and just bringing the dumbbells up close to your shoulders and back down. So make sure that when you're bringing your hands down, you're not allowing the weight to fall, but you are controlling that weight as it comes back down. This should be challenging, but you should not be swinging. If you're finding it too hard, lower the weight of the dumbbells. You can see I'm breathing out quite heavily as I'm lifting that weight up. It is definitely challenging. And for our last set here, we're going to bring the dumbbells down as slowly as we can. And then put the dumbbells down. So that's the end of our first set for shoulders and biceps. So if you haven't done strength training in a while, just skip forward to the next set of exercises. Otherwise, if you're sticking around, let's move on to set number 2. That's the end of the reverse flies. We're going to go into front raise. We're changing it up a little bit here. So finding the weight that works best for you for going forward. Breathing out as you lift. So you can see I'm doing both arms at the same time because I can manage the weight that I'm using. So I'm using a bit of a lighter weight this time. Making sure that you're not swinging. Always in control of the movement. And finishing here. Taking some nice deep breaths, rolling the shoulders back. Going into lateral raise. So this time going with singles, so you can go a bit heavier here if you can. And stopping there and putting the weight back down. So grabbing onto the ball or on the floor again for more ab work. So at any point if your neck is sore, just roll down on the ball a little bit to support the neck. Your hands can also support the neck. It looks like my hands are holding my head, but they're just kind of there to support my neck. They're not, and my hands are not pulling my head up. So make sure that your abdominals are actually doing the work for you and your hands are just there for support. So coming off the ball, finishing up with our core work there, grabbing onto dumbbells for biceps. So again, find something challenging, but something that you can manage. So we're just going to be using one dumbbell at a time and going across the chest. So breathing out as you lift, knees are slightly soft.
We could run away across the ocean. Baby, what you
So one more set. Let's just stretch the arms out, rotate the wrists a little bit, grab onto your lighter weight for the reverse flies. Finishing with the reverse flies, taking some nice deep breaths here. Now for the next exercise, we're just going to pick up a bit of a lighter weight because we're going to do the lateral raise and the front raise together. So I'm using 5s. You can choose whatever weight works best for you. Let's bring the arms forward, down, and to the side and just repeat.
We could run away across the ocean, baby, what you say? We can leave today. Anywhere we'll go, we'll be alright. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you.
So finishing with that exercise and putting the dumbbells down, we'll move back to another set of crunches. So using the ball or the floor and just making sure that you're really focusing on flexing the lower part of your abdominals as you bring your head up. So just do as many as you can, stop when you need to or take a break and come back into it. So finishing up with the core work, putting the ball away, and picking up dumbbells for bicep curls.
There is a moment meant for us, and now you made it, but I already played this. Not interested, open your eyes, let's get it done. Take my hand, just follow me, shadowing me, I won. Oh, the sky is on fire. The lake has turned to a golden sun.
So at any point, if you feel that your form is slipping a little bit, you can go to a lighter weight. So you can pick up some lighter dumbbells for the last few repetitions of your exercise, or just stop the exercise at that point because your body is telling you you've had enough. So let's just stretch out the arms. We're done with that set. We are moving on to triceps, that part of our arms that a lot of us really want to work on. So finding a fairly light weight. You can play with it a bit to see what works best for you. Knees are bent, same position as a lot of the other exercises. Making sure that when you press those dumbbells back, you're straightening your arm as much as you can, because that is when your arm is flexing and you're working those tricep muscles.
The sky is on fire. The lake has turned to a golden sun.
So keep going. We're doing a few more of these exercises than we do for other body parts, just because of the way the muscle works. So stopping there, taking a bit of a breather, putting the weight down. We're gonna go onto the floor, and this is still working the triceps. So you might want a heavier weight here, but we're just lifting the dumbbells up and down. So main thing here is keeping the elbows close to your body. So we're doing a lot, so just do as many as you can to the point where you feel like, oh my goodness, my triceps cannot handle anymore. stopping there if you haven't already. We're going to just put the weight down. We're going to work on our core again. So just pressing your lower back into the floor and then just bringing a heel down to the floor. So having the arms at the side, your head can just rest on the floor. I'm just moving my ponytail because it's in the way. So just keep moving from one foot to the other, but you're really concentrating on your abdominals here and pressing that lower back into the floor. So just do as many as you can here. You can slow the motion down if you want, kind of find the pace that works best for you. So stopping with that exercise, rolling onto your side and coming back up. We're going to do one more exercise for our triceps. So choosing a light set of dumbbells here. We're just going to bend over very slightly, have our knees bent, and we're just pressing the arms out to the side. So again, working the triceps, pushing out. So when the dumbbells are going out to the side, really flex the back of your arms again. So you should feel this in the triceps, but you want it to be a light set of dumbbells. As many as you can here. So that's the end of our first set for triceps. So we're going into our second set now. So again, if you haven't been doing strength training for a while, just stop there and then gradually move up to do more sets. That's the end of the kickbacks. Let's go back onto the floor for the diamond press. So finding a bit of a heavier weight or the same weight, it just depends on what works best for you, keeping the elbows close to the body as you press up. So putting the weight down, and we're going to move on to the dead bug, which is a core exercise. So arms are up straight and knees are bent at 90 degrees, and you're just pressing one foot forward and the opposite arm is going back. So as much as you can with the other leg, keep it bent at 90 degrees. Finishing with that exercise, coming onto your side, and we're going to go into the other tricep exercise where our hands go out to the side. So again, choosing a fairly light weight, whatever works for you. Making sure that you're flexing those triceps as that weight goes out to the side. That's the end of our second set. And we'll take some nice deep breaths here, and then we'll move right into our third set. So going into the tricep kickbacks, finding that right weight for you. And stopping there and going into the diamond press. So back on the floor. And then pressing the weight up. So if you feel this is too light by the time we get to the end, if it's too light and you're not feeling it in the back of the triceps, then definitely choose a heavier weight to make it a little bit more challenging. And finishing there and putting the dumbbells down. So we're going to go back into another core exercise, so sitting up, leaning back and just punching from one side to the other. So how far you lean back is totally dependent on what works for you and what works for your lower back. If you feel any pressure in your lower back, then sit up a little bit more and you can continue the exercise. If it's causing pain in your lower back, then definitely stop the exercise. It's not the right exercise for you, but it's a matter of playing with the exercise a little bit to find what is best for each person. So we're just going to continue as long as we can. Take a break when you need to. You can sit up straight and then go back into the exercise if you're able to. And otherwise it might be enough after 20 seconds and you might be done. All right, so finishing there, taking some nice deep breaths here. Okay, so we're going to get back up. We're going to do our last exercise. We're bringing the hands out to the side again for our triceps. And finishing up with the dumbbells and putting those down. So our last exercise is the plank. If you want to, I'm kind of saying to you, do you want to? Do you not want to? You can do it if you want. You can join me. If you don't want to, that's okay. You've already done tons. But if you want to join me, it's kind of our finishing exercise, having your weight on your forearms and on your toes. If you have lower back issues, by all means, put your knees down. That'll support your lower back. And if you find this plank too hard, you can definitely put your knees down to make it a little bit easier. But no matter how you do it, it's amazing that you're doing it in the first place because it is not an easy exercise. So do what you can and hold for as long as you can. And that is it. So come out of the plank. We are going to do some stretching. Congratulations for finishing it. I know this isn't an easy program. Do as many sets as you want to, 1, 2, or 3. The more you do, obviously, the stronger you're going to get. So I'm just going to explain a few things as we're stretching. So let's just talk about a few ways that you can use the program. So you can do upper body one day, lower body the next, take the third day off and continue with that schedule. Or you can do upper body one day, lower body the next, and then just keep going back and forth with upper body, lower body, upper body, lower body. But make sure you do take 1 day off a week just because your body and your muscles will need that break off the strength training. You can still do cardio, but take at least 1 day off the strength training. Or You can do upper body and lower body together in one workout. Just skip the warm-up because you won't need it for the second workout. So do the 2 workouts together in one workout, and then you can do it twice a week, or you can do it 3 times a week. It really depends on what your goals are and what you want to get out of the strength training. Okay, obviously the more you do it, the more defined you're going to get and the more strength you're going to get. Do not worry about getting too strong or getting too bulky, because that doesn't happen in women unless you're taking steroids and unless you're lifting heavy weights and super low repetitions. We're not doing that. That is not what our goal is here. Our goal is just to get strong, reduce falls, and keep our bones strong as well. That's about it. I hope you enjoyed the program. If you have any questions, by all means, please just ask me, email me, or write a comment, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Have a great day.
You